What always blows me away is this guy is the only one who was filming here, it seems. I don't see any other, like, GoPros. So he's the only one that can have this footage. He could have just not posted it, but he did anyway. Like, it blows my mind. So what is the story here? So he had a shitty airsoft team, and the kid burned his patch on a grill. Real quick before I continue, what is the age range for airsoft teams? Why is there a 12-year-old boy on a team with the adults? Shouldn't there be like age divisions? Right? You would think? Yeah, goddamn. That I have to imagine is an actual, like, crime. Doesn't hurt that much. Bro, that's a kid. And he full autos him with whatever expensive tactical airsoft gun that is. It's gonna hurt like a bitch. It has to be like some kind of assault or something. What's the rest of the story here? Surely there's more to it than that. Now I'm super interested here. Is this accurate? For the people who are watching this years later, patches were made by his grandma who passed away, and plus the other fans spent almost $1,000 buying the kid equipment and ammo, so basically he burned the patch made by his dead grandma and basically stole $100 worth of stuff from him. So that's like the actual lore, or is that just from the comments? Okay, so they're both assholes. It seems like most of the kids in the air, like these airsoft videos, are real like big douchebags. That's 2 in a row then, if that's true. That does kind of sound made up though. Like the patches were made by his dead grandma. I don't know if that's like, you see that kind of shit like on Reddit when someone's backpedaling. Like, the only reason I got mad is because my grandmother actually made my Reddit account name, so when I was insulted for it, I just lost my cool. So I don't know if I necessarily believe that.
That bloody car ain't gonna move itself.
I don't know why exactly, but there's something extremely enjoyable about watching a Twitch streamer get busted for cheating in a competition live. It's just straight dopamine right to the soul. And today, Christmas came early. We had 2 instances of cheating in tournaments back to back within 24 hours. I'll show you those clips in a moment, but I'd like to show you a classic, one that I always revisit at least once a year. This is the Clara incident. Now before showing the clips, I'll go ahead and give you just a little bit of background because I know me saying the Clara incident just sounds like some kind of SCP thing, like some kind of fucking paranormal report. For those that haven't been on Twitch for a long time, they might not remember this, but there was a moderately popular Twitch streamer in the Counter-Strike category who was outed for cheating when she left her cheats on during a stream. And what happened next is legendary. This is actually a historic piece of Twitch lore.
Stop shooting me! You motherfucker! Ah, what? They're mid. Mid. And all mid.
So if your eyes were open, you may have noticed that she enabled some wall hacks, so she was able to see the enemies and their health through the walls, information you don't typically have access to in Counter-Strike. Even if you've never played the game before, you might find it a bit fishy that she can see the outline of them like she's goddamn Superman here with the X-ray vision. Now I'm gonna sound like your grandpa for a second, but when people used to cheat in games, it would be very obvious because you would see this. You would see all of this shit. Where, you know, like in Halo, back in the day, if you were cheating in Halo, if you ever showed your screen, it'd be immediately obvious that you were cheating. But there are streamers who get away with cheating, aimbots, walling, and all of that while streaming, so I don't exactly know how it usually goes, but this is just one of those rare instances where the person cheating was so blatantly obvious and just threw caution to the wind. Just let it all fucking hang out there and just had the fucking wall hacks on full display by accident.
Hello, welcome to the Dumpling Empire. Oh shit, it's someone constructing the house. Why did I reload? What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm stupid, dude. Jumpman, thank you very much, though. Welcome to the Dumpling Empire. My name is Miss Q Gemini. Welcome. We're trying to not be a noob.
This is such a common phenomenon that blows my mind. Why would you cheat in the game that you are absolutely horrible at? Most of the people that cheat in Warzone, Apex, Counter-Strike in this example, all gargle the stinkiest butthole. Why choose that game to be the one that you cheat at? Let's look at physical sports. I know sports ball, cringe, whatever, but let's just take a look at that. The people that are cheating in like baseball, basketball, all of that are your top level athletes that are taking performance enhancers sometimes in order to squeak out a little bit of edge over the competition, but they on their own right are already high caliber professional level players that are cheating. But in gaming, it's people that literally like type with one finger on each key and have a hard time moving their mouse while also holding W. Why bother cheating at a game that you're trash at? What's the point? I would expect most of the cheaters in games to also be some of the best players, and yeah, in a couple instances that has been the case, but the vast majority of the time, the aimbotters in like Apex are actual lobotomy patients that just use their mom's credit card to download some cheats to get a couple of wins before being banned. I don't understand the point at all. It's such a minor inconvenience to players that are good at the game because they can just re-queue right away, and it's just a waste of money. And it doesn't make any sense because it's not getting you anywhere either if you're already shit at the game to start. It blows my mind. Like, I don't understand why Miss Q Gemini here would cheat in Counter-Strike when she's bad at the game already. There's just nothing to be gained from it.
Yo, do you guys ever get that that weird glitch in CS:GO where it shows your rank, that it shows everyone's rank? Because my game, I played the other day. I think the other day was Rob out there, and now I have it. Wait, what the fuck? Clara! Hold on, Clara, give me 1 second. Clara, let me just message this girl. Give me 1 second. Why the fuck is this on my computer?
Damn you, Clara! The boogeyman of Counter-Strike cheating strikes again, framing an innocent streamer for a crime she didn't commit. This is iconic. So her first attempt was in vain. She first tried to frame it as a weird glitch. Like, hey, you guys ever have that glitch where you just get wall hacks for some reason? It's super weird. Then she kind of changes that a little bit to make it sound like a virus. Yeah, I was playing with a guy who had this happen to him, and now I guess I have it happen to me. It's weird. She made it was like a fucking plague or something sweeping through Counter-Strike. She was making it sound like COVID had just hit and gave everyone wall hacks across the entire game. And then eventually she realized that's probably not going to get her anywhere. So she yells like, what is this? Just got jump scared by Goatsy or something. She's like, oh my god, it turns out there's hacks on my computer. Clara, you harpy, you old battle axe, you put hacks on my computer, didn't you? Oh my god, Clara, I can't believe you would do this. Clara.
I need to text my friend Clara right now. She was at my house earlier today. What the actual fuck? Yo, Rob, do you remember when fucking Clara got that fucking backhand? I'm literally gonna kill her. She promised me she was gonna be here. She was here today. She was watching me. Why the fuck? Why the fuck? Clara, out of all people, this is what happens. I'm not getting a backhand.
She ended up getting more than just a back ban. She was banned on Twitch forever. She tried to make an alt account, and that also got banned because one of the rules on Twitch is you can't broadcast yourself cheating. Like, that's just, it doesn't fly, usually. So, that was the conclusion, and what a beautiful speech at the end. And Clara's name still lives in infamy to this day. Whenever someone's busted in a tournament cheating, you'll typically see the chat start spamming Clara, or Clara strikes again, shit like that. It really was just such a remarkable disaster. But now let's go ahead and move on to the most recent events of cheating caught in 4K on Twitch. First one happened in a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, and this one really hurt me. This one broke my heart, because I'm a big Master Duel fan, and it was really upsetting. I wanted to puke, seeing a man disrespect the sanctity of the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. I'll go ahead and show you all three clips. It is the player on the left in the clips, so keep your eyes peeled and see if you can catch it in real time. It's not exactly smooth or anything, it's pretty brazen. It would have been less obvious if he just picked up the card that he was swapping into his hand and slapped his opponent in the face with it. Like, he wasn't exactly being secretive about his cheating. And as a result, he's been banned from future events. Let's go ahead and take a peek. Did you catch it? Let me slow it down for you. I'll be the little fucking forensics investigator at the CSI laboratory. Really pay close attention to the bottom card on the player on the left's deck. So he poops out a little playful effect veiler from his deck into his hand. That bottom card that he popped into his hand was called Effect Veiler. It's extremely strong, and if played correctly, can just outright win you a game sometimes. And when he drops it from his deck to his hand, he picks up a card he didn't need from his hand and puts it in his deck, so that way he has the correct number of cards in his hand. He was able to do this because, I don't know what effect was resolving, but he was searching in his deck for, I think it was Darkness Metal Dragon, and while searching for that card, he saw the Effect Veiler, moved it to the bottom, dropped it into his hand, which is cheating. Obviously, and it's not the only time he tried cheating in this match. Let me show you a couple of his fake shuffles here. In that clip, he moved a card that was unplayable for his opponent from the bottom of his deck to the top of the deck, and then only shuffled underneath that top card without ever touching it. Which, of course, is cheating again, because he knew what card was on top of his opponent's deck, and he knew it was a card that wouldn't be used against him.
Let's do this again.
This is another fake shuffle, but this time he's shuffling his own deck, and you'll see that he saw his bottom card was strong and useful in his situation, so he took it from the bottom, put it on top of his deck, and then shuffled everything underneath it. So yeah, 3 separate instances of this douchebag cheating. On live stream. You have to be extremely stupid to cheat on a live Twitch stream. On Twitch of all places where people are hyper analytical of everything. People will spend hours reviewing every single frame of a stream if they so much as smelt something fishy. If their stream buffers, they'll go back to the VOD and sit there for hours just checking to make sure something fishy didn't happen during the buffering section. It was so unbelievably bold to try this on stream. And he wasn't good at it either. I've watched a lot of like Magic the Gathering cheaters and sometimes Yu-Gi-Oh cheaters, and they're usually smooth. Like if you're not paying attention, you won't even know something wrong happened. This was not the case here. Anyone could see what this guy was doing because he was so slow with everything. Like when he took that card from the bottom of his deck and put it on top, he sat there looking at it for a second and then slowly with 2 fingers picked it up and put it up there as if he was going through molasses in slow motion. So he was a terrible cheater to begin with too. So of course he was going to be caught. It is fucking baffling that he'd even try it like this, but yeah. Anyway, from what I understand, he's been banned from every tournament ever now. I don't know much about this player. I don't know if he was a top player, but he completely ruined any chance he had of making any career out of the TCG for Yu-Gi-Oh! Also, this made me think of something. Now, I play Master Duel, which is the online Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't play the TCG, but I have to wonder how common cheating actually is, because it's moving really fast. And you have a lot of things on your mind, a lot of moving parts to Yu-Gi-Oh! In particular. I wonder how often someone is sneaking cards to the top of the deck or bottom of the deck or whatever the case, and then the people just never find out about it. The only reason this guy was busted is because Twitch chat caught him and made the tournament officials aware of it, but the actual player he was against, his opponent, never knew he was cheating. So most of the games aren't broadcast. They're not streamed. So I really do wonder how many are cheating. Just a little food for thought, I suppose. Put the fear of God in you. I've seen a lot of cheaters get busted on Twitch, but this guy is by far the stupidest among all of them. Now this, to be fair, wasn't on stream. He was accused of cheating, as I understand it, and in order to prove his innocence, he set up a camera to record him and his screen during a 2v2 tournament in Call of Duty to prove that he wasn't cheating. And then during this recording to prove that he's innocent, he was cheating. The quality's dog shit, which I think was on purpose. I think he was trying to make the quality as low as possible, as much pixelation, like negative 140p, to make it really hard to see that he was cheating. But it's terrible quality, and you can still see the yellow outline of people through walls. He's using wall hacks in a 2v2 tournament while recording it himself to prove that he isn't a cheater. And as a result of this, he got his entire team disqualified from the remainder of the season. So he not only got permanently fucked, he also took his whole team down with him. It is so unbelievably stupid, I can't even begin to wrap my head around it. Like, he couldn't just